Hello friends, the chat isn't working, so give me 2 seconds to get that fixed before I start going live because I can't see what your beautiful faces are saying. Okie dokie. OBS can officially kiss my face because it didn't want to work, so I went old school and I've just got the YouTube chat window popped out on my telly. I can see what's up. Hello everyone. Hello. There he is. Let me just get my phone out of the way so that I'm not distracted by all the things that phones distract you with. I've got to play a couple of TesseracT sets. I've basically got one working on this computer. I've just opened it. This is what it looks like when it comes in. I've got the audio all in here, and I've dragged in some audio that was missing because for some reason the guitars are always missing from these things. And I'm going to play along. I don't actually know. I don't know what it is. So this is like trial by fire. I'm just going to go for it and we'll see what's up. So it's TesseracT music, obviously. I don't know what order it is. I don't know what the songs are. I expect it's going to be Concealing Fate Part 1, War of Being, Juno, probably Part 2. It's festival sets, right? So let's find out what the bloody hell I've got to play on stage in like a week's time. That's kind of the dumb thing. I've got to be doing this on stage in like a week. I don't even know what I'm doing. God, that's what it's actually like being in a band. Right, here we go. Solid start. Sige with the flipping gift subs. Thank you very much, my friend. Just checking you guys have got audio. You should be able to hear those kinds of noises. Sige, thank you very much, mate. You are incredibly kind. Oh man, the noises from those beasties. I haven't played that game in a couple of days actually. I'm going to say part 1. My cymbal is wobbling funny. Might just need to fix something real quick. Ah, okay, I see. Let's try that. Oh god, real-time fixing not recommended. have to raise that crash in a minute as well. Bloody hell, I need to stand up to do this. Alright, stopping it there temporarily to fix this silly thing. Oh, I'm all tangled up. Blooming heck. Why can't everything be wireless? And I mean everything. All drums, all microphones. Oh, I'm tightening it, damn it. Okay, up, up, go up. There we go. This thing was just like wobbling. Why is it behaving like a freak? Let's get that there. That's a bit better. Okay. He's back in business, everyone. Bloody hell. I've had to raise this a little bit. Sorry if it's ruined the shot. Imagine that, everyone just leaves now. How dare he raise the sim? Completely ruin the cinematography of this beautiful stream. What do you think is going to be next? I'm going to go with Concealing Fate Part 2 because I can see the file name, everyone. I can see it. It's definitely Concealing Fate Part 2. Oh, God. All right, let's go. I forgot what to play there. That was fun. I'm glad it was Juno that we went into, because it could not have been. Guitar change. All right, let's take some questions. Guys, thanks for being chatty while I was practicing. For everyone that's joined us, I'm practicing some stuff that I'll be playing next week, and I don't know what it is all going to be until right now. I'm learning it when you guys are learning it, which is kind of the way it goes, but I know the song so well in my brain, it doesn't really matter. I just need to know the order and make sure that the clicks aren't doing anything funny. All the way through Concealing Fate Part 2, the metronome was one, like the one was in the wrong place all the way through, so I'll need to change that. But even things like that, they can be fixed quite easily. What are we saying? Let's see. I can't read everyone's names because my eyes don't see that far. Geometric Heart, hello my friend. You love these practice and chatting sessions. Thank you very much, so do I. Remergent, hello. I can't remember if I got back to you. I think I did. I've been talking to a lot of people about doing one-on-one sessions with people, and I've had quite a lot of messages this week about a lot of things. So if anyone in the chat is waiting for a message from me, I am very grateful for your patience. I am spinning a number of plates currently, but I will be getting back to you very shortly. I'm glad you're having a good Friday. BE13NDR. Belenda. That must be your name. Otherwise, that doesn't make any sense. I just said the wrong thing. Let me just move my fan because I reckon it's making a noisy noise all over my microphone. And if it goes there, it's going to be in the shot, and it's not a very nice looking fan, but oh god. Oh, that's a million times better. Oh my god. All right. Adam, what are you saying? Hello, you just received your first E-kit in the past few weeks. You feel a weird sense of being lost and incapable compared to on an acoustic. Oh man. I mean, okay. There is a difference, obviously. You're hitting rubber pads and mesh heads instead of like drum heads and cymbals. But you can still, the way I like to think about it is that you can learn the coordination and you can get quite close to playing on an acoustic kit. The main difference on an acoustic kit is that the rebound is different and you play into it more. You can dial an E-kit in to be quite forgiving so that, you know, you're just tapping it and it's making the sound that you want it to make versus really having to lay into the drums, and that's how you create your sound. So the bit of advice that I'll give to people if they're worried about the transition between the two instruments is, sorry, let me just turn the fan around a little bit because it's catching the mic. If you can, every now and then throw your acoustic snare on your E-kit, that's going to help you when you get behind an acoustic kit again. Because honestly, depending on what kit you've got, I mean, I've got the Roland, what is it? It's a bit of a mishmash. I've got the V51 kit, or VAD 516 kit, the V71 module, and then bits of my TD50. So it's like a super sexy mothership drum kit. It's an amazing drum kit. I love playing it. And I only practice on this, and then I make minor adjustments to my acoustic kit if I need to. But before tracking TesseracT, I only practice on this. Before any tours, I only practice on this, and then I go on tour. So if you're getting behind an acoustic kit often enough, you'll be fine. It's kind of like getting back on a bike. You kind of pick it up. The only time it was a little bit sketchy for me was after 2 years of not playing an acoustic kit through COVID, and then going straight back into touring with one rehearsal. I was terrified because I'd basically forgotten how to play the snare, and I had to quickly learn, okay, adjust positioning, really, really adjust the positioning, and then it was fine. So that would be my bit of advice. You'll dial it in, make sure to set like the velocity curves and the feedback, the sensitivity, I suppose, on each instrument so that it reacts as close to how you expect your own kit to react. It's such a subjective thing. It's not one thing that everyone can say, oh, that's the setting to use, because I'm hitting things at a different level of hit to everyone else. If I was to send my settings to someone else to be like, oh, I can't play that. But my sounds, maybe, you can go and get my sounds from TuneTrack. That's the sounds that you're hearing right now. It's actually my kit sampled. It sounds bloody amazing. But that's the best thing you can do. When I first got this kit, I thought, oh God, I'm not going to get this anything close to like my real kit. It feels so weird. And then years later, it's so dialed in. It just feels normal to me now. You've got the Alesis Strata Prime. And you like playing on E-kits more. I think a lot of people do. I mean, the convenience of an E-kit is what sells it, right? The convenience, and also, I can track here. I can offer session projects and things from here and do it when I want to. And I can practice new TesseracT here, and it can sound amazing very quickly. That's the bonus of this type of thing. They're not cheap kits to buy, but you don't have to soundproof an entire building to use it. You can practice it most times of the day, unless you live in an apartment maybe. And the versatility of one of these kits is fantastic. And here's something else I didn't believe, right? This is going to blow your mind. So when I moved to the US in 2019, I thought, my main thing was like, how do I get set up with drumming, because I'd always had my acoustic kit nearby or in my house, and I'm like, I think I just need to lean into E-drums finally. I think I just need to go for it, because I was living in like a small house. So I got the Roland TD50, and one of the things that I'd always told myself is that E-drum kits aren't like good enough to do drum lessons on, right? They're not. It's not going to cut it. If I'm doing lessons and it's on an E-kit, no one's going to take it seriously. And complete and utter lie. That was fiction that was in my mind. Some people might. I might be losing some customers because it's not on an acoustic kit, and they might want to learn something that you can only do on an acoustic kit. But like most of drumming, someone's going to feel free to fight back on this, but a lot of drumming is about learning the movements and the coordination, and then from that point, that kind of baseline, it's dialing in finesse and technique, right? So the movements, I can get down 100% on this, and then the finesse, I can get like 80% of the way there, 75, 80%, and then the rest of it has to come when I'm behind my acoustic kit. But again, I've played acoustic drums for like 30 years, so I'm like close to how they feel. I know it's like an intimate feeling for me at this point. So yeah, it's possible to basically earn a living doing drum lessons on an electronic drum kit from a spare room of your house, even though it looks like a studio. This would be a bedroom, but it's not, because there's not a bed in it. There you go. One plug, because everyone's here and we're chatting. Got to show you. It arrived, we've started to arrive with people in the past week. My book. I have a book, everyone. It's called A Practical Guide to Modern Drumming, and it's probably linked below the stream because I set up Google Shop thing the other day and it went live and it seemed to work on the video that I put out yesterday. Practical Guide to Modern Drumming. There's an ebook that you can get for free. It's the same book as this, so if you don't want to spend any money and support me, it's fine. I won't love you as much, but it's fine. If you've got $29 and you'd like to own a piece of my mind and 70 exercises and 9 drum lessons, it's in this book. And Sean, you got yours today, flipping right. Quite a few have been arriving this past week. It's printed to order, so it takes it might take a couple of weeks for them to arrive, but they print, this is a cool thing, they print like close to, or close-ish to where you are. So it's not like it's printing in America and shipping all over the world. If there's like print hubs in the UK and Europe and Australia and stuff, which is sick. And people all over this past week have been like sending me messages with their photos of the book. So if you've got one, please drop a photo of the book on your drums or you holding it or something. There's like a collection of photos that I've got of the book just sitting on people's snare or on a music stand by the kit. I flipping love seeing those photos. So yeah, get in my Discord, which is linked below as well, I think. And is it linked below? I think it probably is. I can't ever remember what I put in the go live notification. There's like, YouTube's got this like default text that's in there every time, and I think the Discord link is in there. If it's not, one of the Discord people, stick the link in chat for people. Yeah, drop a photo in Discord. I'd flipping love to see it. Thank you to everyone that's picked one up as well. It's great. It's flipping great. It makes me want to do another book, honestly. Like, I want to do more books. I've got all these ideas. Like, there's no reason that like the collections of courses that I'm working on at the moment. There's a new course that I'm working on at the moment called Polyrhythms Made Simple, and that's going to be out soon. There's no reason that they couldn't be turned into books, but I guess we'll see. Turn every single course into a book. Is that a bit excessive? Maybe. Here's an idea that I did have, because I've got some masterclass people in here as well. I'd thought about the masterclass being a book as well, because the thing with the book is that it gives you some of the experience, right? But the actual experience, especially with the masterclass, is the amount of time that we're doing it over, like the 6 months, and the one-on-one, the interaction, all of that stuff. I think you obviously don't get that from a book, but the book could be accessible to more people. But I'm just curious what you guys think. Does it devalue the masterclass? I don't know. I think it would be quite cool. It would be a lot of work, bloody hell, though. It took me a long time to get this book together, let alone something that big. Yeah, the UK folks got them really quick. It was like 4 days or something. For my mum ordered one, bless her, and it turned around and she'd got it super, super quick. So yeah, I'm not sure. They must be set up to just get them knocked out in the UK. Hello, Gosia. I hope you're doing good. Hello, Sean. Hello, Fen. Hello, everyone. Hello, Dan. Hello, Morris. Morris, I've got to get you another exercise. I'm aware of that. Morris is doing the audio for the lessons, all the music that you guys are playing along to, and it sounds bloody brilliant. And we're working on some more audio at the moment. I have just been spinning so many plates, trying to get everything lined up before I go away, because there's stuff that I can do while I'm here and the stuff I can do while I'm away, and I'm trying to make sure I do the stuff that I've got to do while I'm here. So you will get the thing from me. It might just be it'll be between now and Tuesday, put it like that. I don't know exactly when. When will be announced the winner of the second competition? That was actually in my inbox yesterday. There's loads of videos. I haven't even seen them yet, but our management have kind of shortlisted the videos to send to us, and I've got to watch the drum performances that are in that shortlist, and it will be announced soon. imminently is the answer. I don't actually have a date. I don't know when, but the management will tell us when that's going to happen. But yeah, we've had the competition where people could play. Just playing along to a couple of different War of Being songs. I can't remember the songs. Tender and Burden and something else. And we had loads of people submit things, and you could win a signed drum head and a pair of Amos's socks and Dan's used tissues. So it's kind of worth doing, really, if you think about it. They're all things that you probably need. The other guys, Ackle and James, you don't get anything from them, so they didn't want to participate. They thought it was gross. So we will we will play some more drums now, because my brain is it's clearly not working. Oh, 2 seconds. Let me just do a thing real quick. Imagine this. I'm just... Oh, hang on. No phone. Stop it. I don't want to hear me. I'm just making sure that the dogs are eating because it's food time. Feed the dogs. There we go. All right. Sorry. You're all here. Imagine this is a drum clinic and I just pick up my phone and start flipping messaging someone. But that was an important message. All right. Let's go. This is going to be a song. Here we go. Oops. Damn the splash. It's the rim of that Tom. On tour, it's in the middle here, like right in between the crashes. I just don't have enough inputs on this thing for another splash, and so I don't have it. That's not how it goes. Akko would hate it if I started doing that. Oh, Nocturne, oh bloody hell. Do I ever slip any naughty variations into songs on tour? Yeah. Only if I'm very confident about them. I'm glad it said video version because I would have gone into the outro there. Oh my gosh. Keeping me on my toes, this is changing up the versions that we're doing seconds before. What are we doing? Oh, it's War a Bloody Being. Okay. Oh, I hope there's some guitars in this. Man, getting the snare rim shots
neck,
in all of that, all of like the attention goes to the feet. I have to remind myself to actually play the snare.
point.
Just ruin the song. I know, guys, I know what's going to work over this. Some stupidness. There we go. I've discovered a new way to play that bit there, where the double kick is actually way cleaner. I have to sacrifice the pedal hat for a little bit though. Oh yeah, okay. Odd time blast beat. A 3/2 polyrhythm blast beat over this. Oh, that's difficult. That's kind of fun though. Yeah, the crowd goes wild. Everyone loves the drummer the most because he's got the best haircut in the band. That was fun. Yeah, polyrhythm blast beats, that's an interesting one. So you'd have to be able to like play the other number from the polyrhythm. The 3/2 is the easiest one. Even 3/4 would be difficult. If you're listening to the 4s, being able to play the 3s as a blast beat. If you listen to the 3s, being able to play the 4s as a blast beat. I'd have to practice it. It's not something I can just do. Some people could probably just do that. I can't really play blast beats, so I don't spend any time doing that. So you just witnessed some fooling around. Trashy, hello. Hello, Sicarius. Hello, Morris. Hello, Fly Kites. Hello, everyone. Thank you for hanging around with me while I smash through some drums. Normally I've got loads of things to talk about, but I'm so like plate spun this week that I haven't got any amazing news. Oh, I did some grocery shopping earlier. That was great. That was fantastic. I have got another set that I've got to play through, but it's not loaded up, so it might be a mess to try and do that live. You'd basically be watching me watching a screen for 20 minutes trying to get audio into the right place. So maybe I'll do that on another one. Jay is out of spoons, bless. Mate, I didn't even have a single spoon at the start of the week. This is what happens, right? In the lead up to like going away, like there's just this like crescendo of anxiety that happens where I feel like I'm rushing to the plane basically for like the week leading up to a flight. A, because I hate flying. B, which is unfortunate because I have to do it for TesseracT. B, I just, what was B? There was a B and I can't remember what it is. There's, you know, like the day of a flight. Anyone else get this? Like the day of a flight, you kind of feel crazy. Does anyone get that? Or maybe if you're going on holiday, you feel excited. I'm never going on holiday. It's never for that. Whenever I'm going to the airport, it's like a frantic, I've got to make sure I've got everything for a month. And I mean, there's very few things I could forget that would be. If I forgot my in-ears, yes, that would be shit. But I could get a pair of like Shure things that do the trick. And I could get Bailey to FedEx these or something. You know, I haven't ever forgotten anything so drastic. But I've got like, there's so many things that I fill into such a short amount of time. And whenever I'm like approaching the last week before going away, it's like, oh God, okay, I've got to do that and that and that. And I wake up in the morning, do you know what I do? I wake up, I sit there, not facing the computer, looking this way out the window with a coffee, and I dictate my to-do list to my phone so that it's on my computer. Because if I'm looking at my screen, I'll just go into tasks and I'll just start doing stuff. And I'll just get my to-do list to make sure I've got that. And then things will carry over to the next day, and to the next day, and to the next day. And that way I don't forget anything. But bloody hell, there's loads of things to remember. It's flipping stupid. Yeah, my experience of flying. Yeah, do you know what I've got to do? So we're sorting out the drum kit for Australia, right, for the Australian Carnival tour. And we're going to fly with my drums to all of the shows. Well, actually, no, the three of them, we're flying, but there's ground transport. But for a couple of the shows, we're Russian dolling the drums, right? So cases inside cases. And we're putting, the hardware is being split between a few cases. Oh, like, I've never done that before. It's possible, but I'm going to have like 9 boxes of drums. And I've got to get the hardware delivered to me here first to set it up, because we haven't got a production day. We've just got one rehearsal day when we get to Australia. So I've got to set up the hardware at my house, make sure it's all good, and then fly with it, which is going to be something. Wooden shells, 100%. I'm getting a DW performance kit in like pewter sparkle or something like that. I didn't want anything that, you know, acrylic doesn't dent, it would snap potentially, and I suppose wood would to a degree as well. But if we've got nice SKB cases with like some kind of blanket thing in them, and then another drum inside that, that should be fine. Oh, I don't know. It's freaking me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But there's also no other option, because like the cost of hiring all this stuff, it's like a couple of grand a show. Like the hire cost to get the kit that I need when it's not my kit, and when you go into the rental companies, it's so much money to hire these flipping drum kits. So we're like, okay, let's just buy one, and we've got our merch companies based over there, so we can leave it in their warehouse for like a small amount of money every year. And then I've got a kit in Australia every time we tour Australia, which is kind of cool. I mean, if it works, it works. I'm just a little bit. I haven't done it before, so there's just a little bit of like, will it work? I don't know. Tell you what is cool. This got announced this week. You guys know that I like painting little Warhammer things, right? So Radar Festival and Element Games, which is like a hobby miniature gaming shop thing in the UK, they're teaming up this year, and there's a painting competition where you've got to paint a mini, like a Warhammer mini or whatever your miniature game of choice is, and it's got to be themed around Radar Festival. So it'd be like the colours that Radar use, or it might be something to do with one of the bands that are on the bill, whatever it is. And I got to announce the competition, which is sick, and I'll get to judge it as well. So flipping right. So pleased about that. It's like combining my two favourite things, which is like TesseracT stuff and miniature world. So I'm pleased about that. You should definitely check out Element Games if you haven't yet. If you're in the UK especially. I always get, here's a part of my nerdery that you don't need to know, but you're about to know. So Warhammer and like miniature stuff in the US is so overpriced, it's so expensive compared to the UK. So when I go to the UK, I ship anything that I want to my family, and then I fly home with it. Why wouldn't I do that? And also, if you get it from Element Games, it's like 20% cheaper than it is if you buy it from Warhammer Direct. So, yeah, do that. That's basically what I've done. I just go on their website, order the things that I want to my parents' house, and then, like, Mom, I got a little plastic boy arriving at your house. Sorry, just put it in the wardrobe for me until I get there. So, yeah, 42 years old, and I'm still a child. Yes, I've been to Warhammer World. That's like asking the Pope if he's been to where the Pope lives. Yes, I've definitely been to. Okay, so first time I went was probably 2020. Ooh, when was it? 2022 or one, something like that. Me and my mate Dunk went, and it was brilliant. It was so good, and I've been on most trips to the UK where I've got like a day where I'm not doing anything. I will go to Warhammer World. And the thing is, like, the first time you go, you know, like, the first time you have a new experience, it's incredible. Like, I do the walk around of the exhibition thing every time just to look at the minis and look at how well they're painted. But I know it all so well now. It's like, oh, I've ruined it. I've been so many times. But I like just looking around the boxes and stuff like, I just enjoy it. I want to do like a painting day or something like that. That's kind of what I actually want to do. Like, I had this idea the other day where maybe it's something I could reach out to Element Games and see if they want to do. Like, just like hang out and paint. And like, you get a model from there and you've got access to paints and brushes and all that kind of stuff. And just like hang out and paint. Because painting is so flipping chill. It literally is the thing that calms me down and refills my like energy more than anything. Literally. This is a dumb thing, right? I'm like, I love it. I've got all these ideas now, I can talk, yay. Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to someone about this yesterday, where it was Chuck. I was on a call with Chuck yesterday. One of the masterclass people. So, daylight saving, right? It's light out there currently. What that means to me in my stupid brain is I've got to work until it's dark. Because in the winter, it gets dark around 5 p.m, right? And then I'll still work a little bit, but I'll wrap up a little bit earlier and I'll play a computer game and I feel guilt-free. I'm good about it. But in the summer, no wonder I'm flipping exhausted all the time. Me and my wife are the same. We just work and work and work and work and work and work and work. And then we're like, oh shit, it's bedtime. Because it's light until flipping 9 p.m. And that isn't something that I did when I worked like a regular 9 to 5 or whatever. You'd go to work and then you'd come home and stop and do things you want to do. We don't ever do things we want to do. Literally, we're just working all the flipping time. Like, you get all these ideas and you want to do all these ideas, and there's a passion and a drive there and it's exciting. But to actually stop completely and just play a computer game, I rarely give myself the permission to do that. Anyone else? Anyone resonate with that? Anyone that works for themselves with their own business struggle to give themselves the permission to rest? Anyone else get that? Morris, yeah. The problem is smashing out 14-hour days, then wondering why you're so drained. Dude, same. And the thing is, sometimes you can do a 14-hour day. Like, sometimes you can do it. I had a couple this week. I mean, to be fair, they've all been 14-hour days for as long as I can remember. But I'll just keep going. And even when it'll be like getting to like 8:30, 9, I'm like, no, I can do like a bit more. I can edit a bit more of that lesson now. I'll do it. And then I don't do my best work then. But I feel as though I can do more because I'll be a bit further ahead tomorrow. It's just ridiculous. You work for a company where it's 5 p.m. comes and your computer's immediately shut down. Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, you know that whole thing, the grass is always greener. Like, oh God, the jobs that I had when I was working for a company, when I wasn't a when I wasn't a consultant, because I went through like offices and then I became a consultant at the thing that I did, and then I stopped doing that eventually. Then drumming. And when I was just working for companies, oh my God, the watching of the clock, flipping heck. I don't know a pain quite as bad as that, where it's just like a little prison sentence. And I suppose I'm exaggerating, of course, but you know, the jobs that I had were just like, yeah, I'm just doing this to pay for stuff. I've got no ambition to be doing this, and I imagine a lot of people are in that situation. You're just doing the job because you've got the job and you need money, right? That was true for so many of my jobs, and like 20 minutes at that job, fucking hell, took so long. It took such a ridiculous amount of time. Whereas 20 minutes here, it's gone. I've probably been talking for 20 minutes about this very thing. You know what I mean? 20 minutes, my first job at flipping Safeway in Wolverhampton in the UK, collecting shopping carts off the car park and cleaning up when people had literally shit on the walls of the bathroom. Like, horrendous things for anyone to have to do. Well, the shopping cart thing wasn't so bad, but like, I hated that job so much. But I went home and stopped. Like 3 hours at that job, a day in the life of me now. That's what it feels like. I've got no fond memories of that job whatsoever, other than I was a lot younger. Whereas now, it's just all day. I'll wake up at 5 a.m. sometimes because one of the dogs will snore or something. They'll see a raccoon or a possum outside and go crazy, and then I'm just awake. Or I'll just wake up because I've got so many things I'm trying to do, which is basically what's happened this past week. And then I'll just start work. I just start working on stuff. I can't drum that early because Bailey's obviously still asleep, but if she wasn't asleep, I'd be drumming at 5 a.m. That's why I've got to get the studio finished so I can get up there and start drumming that early. I don't think I'd even be able to do that. I think it would be, you'd still be able to hear it probably. Yeah, that's the thing. So the grass is always greener. You can see both sides. Or I'm able to see both sides. I'm like, oh man, Jim, when I went home and played PlayStation without feeling guilty. Can't do that now. I have to just guilt myself, feel guilty about it. But when I do have some time and I paint a little Warhammer guy, brilliant. It's flipping brilliant. Get back to work. I know, man. Dan, IT for me, but luckily your job is very flexible these days, so very little watching the clock, and you get to rock in late a few times a week. That's pretty good. The last job I had, or the last couple of jobs, I was doing graphics for these travel companies. Like in the UK, you'll know, like Arriva. I was doing loads of graphics for them, and this big ferry company up in what was it called? Muck something or other. Something McBrain. I can't remember the flipping ferry company. Oh my god, it's gone from my brain. But yeah, ferry company that does all of the ferries from like the top of Scotland to the Highlands and stuff, to the islands. It was a crazy job, but it was a project, and it had a start. Caledonia, that's it. McBride, thank you very much. That was it. Flipping heck, that has gone. That would completely gone from my brain. You forget things that aren't that important to you anymore. But it was a good time, you know, for what it was. It was like 4 months or something like that, and I did a chunk of the work while I was touring, and I was doing a bunch of just loads of graphics and making stuff look good, and people were stoked. And because it had a start and an end date, I'm like, yeah, I can do that for that amount of time. That sounds pretty cool. And I can do it on tour because I just need a laptop. So it was brilliant. But those were very long days as well, like especially the last couple of days before the thing that you're doing is finished, because it was like contract bidding where you're trying to get a... Man, I didn't think I'd ever be talking about this on a stream. Tune in to Jay from TesseracT. Talk about an old job where he was bidding for ferry contracts. What a time. But, I mean, I did it. I did it for money. But I did enjoy the work. But I don't want to do it anymore. I also think that job is gone. I think AI has replaced everything I did. You know, the people would give me words and I'd turn those words into a graphic. People would give me their documents and I would tidy everything up and spell check it and make sure there would, you know, all that kind of crap. I think even writing those things, like, who's doing that anymore? Because you could just tell an AI to do it all. It must have, the cost of those teams that do that work must have just disappeared, as like most jobs. But yeah. Who in chat is thinking about the future and what their job looks like? Because I've thought about this quite a bit, and I think I've got no flipping idea, but I think the music industry, as screwed as it is, because there's not any money in this day and age for touring bands. It costs everything you make to do it, including merch. Like, you make money from merch, but we have to budget a bunch of merch into the cost of touring. It's just ridiculous. But what I was trying to say is, I think that side of music, going like live shows, that experience, people are still going to want to do that. I don't think that goes away. I think the AI music thing is just flipping stupid. Like, who's listening to that? People have got it on in the background, sure, and maybe you don't know that it's not a real band. But like, I think if you know that it's AI, you probably turn it off. I don't know, maybe people still listen to it and like it. I don't know, who cares? But I think people wouldn't go to an AI concert. Or maybe I'm being hopeful they wouldn't go to an AI concert. Because that seems shit. You know what I mean? And also, I hope, because I've been putting a lot of effort into this, like the teaching stuff that I do, the drum lessons, I don't know. I think AI can replace very basic drum beat lessons, beginner lessons, sure. You don't need someone with 30 years of learning about polyrhythms and silly things to teach you how to count a bar of 4/4 in a basic rock beat. Literally, AI can do that. I don't think it can teach the creativity and the what is going on in someone's drumming who you like. I don't think it can do a good job of that. I think it can use words and describe stuff, but I think learning from the people that you want to learn from is still going to be the best way to learn. And I was talking to another student the other day who's works in like AI encoding and all of that kind of stuff, and I hadn't thought about this, but this is a thing. So the thing that people are being trained, the problem that people are being trained to solve now, and the IT people in the chat can hopefully back me up on this, is that now that we've got AI, a lot of the internet is gradually being taken over by AI. Like, the information that's on there is AI. The writing that's on there is becoming AI. People are putting out articles, and it's not written by people, it's written by a flipping thing. So AI learns from humans. It learns from the stuff on the internet. When the stuff on the internet is written by AI, AI is learning from AI. So eventually, it's just this feedback loop. It's just feeding itself the wrong answers. So eventually, it's poison. It's literally poisoning itself. Exactly what Fen just said. It's like eating its own crap. It's like the human centipede of flipping. It's insane. So how does that get fixed? That seems insane to me. That it could see all of this stuff and it can't filter out the AI written stuff because we weren't smart enough to put some kind of tag on all of this thing that is like in there, and it's hard in there, and it's like this was generated by AI. Has that been done? Everything that's out there at the moment has got some kind of thing in it. Because tell you what I can notice, I'm definitely able to notice when there is like email copy or something that they've put online is AI, when it's written. Not necessarily the video stuff. Video stuff's very good now. Like, you can notice most stuff, but it's not like the Will Smith eating spaghetti thing. It's like there's a lot of really good-looking videos, and you wouldn't necessarily know on first glance. But the AI text, especially when it's email like copy, and people trying to get you to buy stuff. Whenever something is like no fluff, just this, or like what you need, here's the truth. You don't need this, you just need this. All that kind of stuff. Oh my God. Stop it. Literally stop it. It's just the worst. It's the absolute worst. I can't stand it. If you want human writing, read a book, but be careful about the ones you choose. Choose something before probably 2022. Go and check out my Substack. I actually write those with words. I dictate them, to be fair, because I can talk faster than I can type. But then I go through and read everything, and I correct the things that I want to correct. But there you go, Morris. We both said it at the same time. Go and flipping read a couple of things on my Substack. I love writing those things. It's real stories for me. It's this kind of stuff, but with a bit more thought, because I'm not just making it up as I go. It's great. Well, I'm not going to do the other set because it's not loaded up, and that would be silly. I thought I'll start this stream and I'll just do both sets, and I'll figure out one while I'm talking, and I can't do that. That's silly. So I'm probably going to end up going live again tomorrow with a stream to do the other set, because I need to check it. So if you guys want to hang out, then that'd be lovely. But a couple of things. Some of you may have seen earlier on social media. I hate social media. So you may have seen, posted a photo of a lovely drum head. It was a drum head that I drew on last week, and I put it in a frame, and it looked really nice. And I put it on Instagram and Facebook earlier, and I said, if this is going in your home studio, drop me a message or something. Oh my God. I should have. Oh no, actually, I suppose I did the right thing. My messages flipping exploded. Oh my gosh. It was like Tipgate from years ago, where I was talking about the tipping culture on tour in the US, and now it was a mess. It was so, except people weren't threatening to kill me. I had so many messages today. I think I've replied to everyone, but the head is gone. It's in the mail right now. UPS have got it. It's gone. I'm going to do a couple more at the end of June, when I get back from this European tour. They're going to go in frames again. Maybe similar style, maybe something a little bit new. Go and have a look if you guys are in the market for one. Drop me a DM. Fill up my inbox again. But yeah, I like painting and drawing on these things. I've done loads of random drumhead art stuff over the years, and they look even better when they're in a frame. So if you'd like to have one of them on your wall, let me know. They're all used drum heads, and so there's a bit of story there as well. I'm taking the heads off from when I used them on tour in the studio. The one that I sent out today was from the Tune Track session. It's pretty cool. Then other things I'm doing. I haven't announced this on social media yet. I have announced it in my Discord, and we're slowly filling the spaces. I'm opening up a small number of one-on-one spots with people that are looking to have an ongoing monthly session with me, where once a month get on a call. It'll look like this, and we'll go through the things that you are working on that you want to improve, and we'll put together a plan for your drumming, and I'll put together some exercises based on the conversations that we have, and those exercises will sit on the website, and you'll be able to access them all. It's $197 a month, and there's up to 10 spaces. I'll see how many of those get filled. We've filled 4 of them so far, and there's I'm having conversations with maybe I think another 3 people who we're deciding whether it's the right thing or not. So before I've announced it on social media, most of the spaces are gone. If you want one of those spots, let me know. We'll start it up in June, and I'm kind of announcing things on the quieter side before going out publicly, because I'd rather work with people that I know, and I know that I like the people in here, at least, that I've met. So that's the thing. And one more thing, what else was there? That's about it, I think. If there's anyone new here who doesn't know what's going on, go and get the book. That'll teach you some stuff. The link is in the description. And thanks very much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Friday. Oh yeah, man. Guys, if you want to get into that tipping stuff, yeah, that was wild. I'm just not going to say anything, because I got annihilated on the internet for saying something that is true. And people didn't like. I opened a forbidden door on the internet, and people didn't like that. But behind closed doors, what you won't have seen is every single band that is our peer sending me messages saying, "Oh my God, thank you for saying something." But no one is going to say that publicly, because there was a under the bus, me being thrown under it situation. But yeah, man, that was wild. That was such a wild thing. I haven't, nothing I've done, including TesseracT, has exploded in quite the way that did. And I literally had to turn my phone off for a few days, and just like the alerts and things. But the amount of abuse that I was getting was shocking. It's like, wow, people aren't just horrible in comments. People are getting into DMs. People were going up to our merch reader thing, and we got a QR code thing, and they were like requesting money instead of. It was just the most ridiculous thing. But yeah, need more controversy. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. The problem, the real issue was that I expressed the opinion as though it was the band's opinion, and while they probably would back me up, they didn't. They probably wouldn't have said anything. And I also feel bad because the person who was doing merch for us on that tour was lovely, and I didn't think about the repercussions when I was posting that, of how she would feel, which was stupid. I don't know why I didn't think that she'd gone, and then the next day I posted that and it was about her, and I'm like, oh, why did I do that for? So that's a regret, but the thing that was going on was not a lie. But anyway, let's call that there, because before someone reclips this and I'll go on flipping live on the internet and blow up again and people hate me all over again. I could do without that. And I'll see you in Discord, guys, because I'm sure you'll be in there later on. Put your photos of the book, if you've got them, in Discord. I want to flipping see them. And I'll see you tomorrow, because I'm going to be doing one of these with the other set. Loads of love. Let's hit the right button. Look at these lovely, sexy slides. Watch these. Watch them all the way through. Those are some great looking slides.